Hey guys, welcome back to our another weekend roundup. Today we're going to talk about the mods released over at the Giants Mod Hub for the week of January 6th through 11th. And boy, did we have a lot of information and a lot of mods released this last week. One of the things that we learned this last week was that there was some 227 mods pending testing. This week marked the return of the daily updates for mods currently in testing. Let me go ahead and show you that topic. Right here, we've got the Giants forum, and we've got the daily updates mod currently in testing. And as you can see, on Monday, January 7th, this topic was created, and it will be updated as it was, is my understanding, as it was in Farm Sim 17. And on Monday, when this was updated, we learned that there were some 227 mods waiting to be tested. Now down here it says that there are 150. That is because this was last updated today, January 11th. So we are down to 150 mods now, pending testing. So we had 30 mods released this week. It means that there are 47 mods that either failed or are still in testing. With that, here is a small sample of the stuff still in testing or potentially in testing as of Friday, January 11th. Let's take a look at the Mod Hub and just take a look and see at all the mods. Just a quick overview of the mods released this week. They start right here with the Polar 2 meter by White Bull Modding. This is a weeder. And then we go to the Pond Water Store, a placeable object, trailer pack, bag lifter pack, and now we've got a couple prefabs showed up this week. So these are not mods that you would install and use in the Mod Hub. These are things that you would use if you were a modder to create a mod. We've got two different types of tires released this week. And then we've got a couple script mods have been released this week. We've got the return of the TC 5.90 from Farm Sim 17. Got some interesting bale forks and front loader arms. Got the Easy Shed pack, but this time we have lights option. Got some weights released this week, as well as a pair of challengers. And these are quite interesting, and we'll look at these later, but they have a snake skin to them. Got some more prefabs here. Another script mod. An interesting farmhouse placeable. We'll take a look at that one once we get to the placeable section. Got a Homer Pterados T4-30, a little smaller variant of the InGame Homer, and then a pair of Plows. So, without further ado, let's jump in and start looking at some of these mods. So the first mod we're going to take a look at is the Aaronic Puller 2 meter. Now this is a mod based on a real life product. It is a 2 meter plow. Basically says this product is made in Slovenia by White Bull Modding. Go here to tools and we go to weeders. Here we go. We've got I'll call it the Puller 2 meter, $1,150 for this little thing. Quite a deal compared to the next smallest weeder, which is a whopping 9 meters in size and is $18,000. Now, some interesting statistics is that this particular weeder runs, well, we don't really know what the speed it runs at because it's not listed here. So we're gonna have to get this thing and take a look at it. Only requires 40 horsepower. I have to say, a 2 meter weeder is like an exercise in utility, I think. With respect to getting the job done. Go ahead and take a little closer look at this thing. Overall, the model looks pretty good, nice and clean. Let's go ahead and pick up a small tractor. Old Fiat. Ought to be nice for this thing. Jump on in. And let's see, does anything you need weeded? Probably not, right? Oh, you have some stuff up here. Go ahead and take it care of. So I'm going to go ahead and time warp. When we come back, we'll be up here around field 7. We'll give this weeder a little try. Well, it turns out I get all the way up here and I discover that it's fully grown. No chance for me to weed. In fact, I looked at the rest of the map, and on this particular test map, I don't have any fields that really need weeding that are not either fully grown or already harvested. So let's go ahead and just drop this down here and just take a look at it. See how it runs. It does run at 9 miles an hour versus 7. That's got something to say about it, but other than that, man, this thing is going to take forever to get anything done. But if you're a starving farmer, looking for something to do the weeding, and you're willing to take the time investment and save the cash, this thing is right up your alley. Again, this is the Aaronic Puller meter by Black Sheep Modding. It is in the mod hub. Said, go ahead and take a look at our other one. So the next mod we're going to look at is the Fleagle Trailer Pack. This is by BNSFDG2. Again, it is over at the mod hub. This mod is for all platforms, PC and consoles. And I should mention that the first mod we looked at, which is the weeder, is currently only available for PC. Now, that's not saying that it won't come out for consoles at a later date, but currently it is only available for PC. Take a look at this trailer pack. Go to our tools and we go to trailers. Scroll all the way over here and take a look. We've got the TDK 160 and the DK 160. Only real difference between the two, aside from the price, is that one is just a standard trailer and one is a dolly trailer. It's like they hold all of the standard crops and other fill types here on the map. Have a maximum capacity of 18,600 liters. Let's compare that to the Strawderman, which is only $8,000 but only holds 12,000 liters. All the way up here, FarmTech TDK 1600, it holds 14,000 liters, and the AgriLiner TKD 302 holds 21,000 liters. This product is positioned as far as capacity between those two and is cheaper than either of them. A very interesting mod. Take a look at it here in the shop or the store. At the bottom, it's got a nice galvanized metal look. Got the Fleagle. Change the color to green, or what is that color? Doesn't really tell us. We got green, or what kind of looks like a yellowish thing going on there. We can change the capacity from 5,700 liters, 11,300 liters, or 18,600 liters for another row. It can also be a bale wagon, just like the Strawderman. Bale wagon with front and rear, and then that's basically where we're at. Sorry about that. Got the Tredelberg tires. Got Michelin. So got Lizard. Tredelberg, Michelin, and Lizard. I was going to say those are only choices because you cannot change the wheel setup from standard. Interesting enough. Let's go ahead and get one of these. And let's take a look at the DK 160, the dolly trailer variant of this thing. Go ahead and leave it here as green, and we'll take a look at both of these. Both of these in real life, or real virtual life, I should say. I do like the galvanized look here. You have rear hitches, so let's we're gonna have to hook up to these, see if we can train them together. Our options are increasing now with respect to a good starter trailer. We have hose hookups, although the hoses kind of warp through the hitch on this one. Can hook up, and we do have hookups for the rear trailer also, which is really cool. Guys, there you go. We've got the Fleagle trailer pack. Get it in 2 different colors, several different configuration options. Go ahead and get ready for the next mod. Now this next one is quite interesting. It is the bag and lifter pack. And when I saw this come out on Monday, I was really excited about this because this looks really, really cool. What this mod is it has 3 bags, 2 pallets, and 3 different tools in order to handle the pallets. Stop talking about it and let's take a look at these in the store. First, let's take a look at the objects. Go to big bags. Got a big bag of seed, a big bag of fertilizer, and a big bag of lime. 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000 liters respectively. Very, very cool texturing. We've got a front of the bag and rear of the bag here. Bag has a nice it's a canvas or burlap type look to it. I don't know if it's really burlap. I don't know what it's more of a canvas look. Tie that one up. Fertilizer one. And we'll take a look at the lime. Okay, now then we go to pallets. And we go over and we see the herbicide tank is a black tank. Which one's herbicide? It does say herbicide right there on the pallet. Really cool texture here on the bottom. And we've got basically, you know, don't pour this in the creeks. So we've got a dead fish here. Caustic, acid, poison, basically. Lots of cool warning masks and everything on this thing. Lots of great. Get the fertilizer tank, which is a white tank. Warning labels. We got a cool red cap on there. And everything. Let's go ahead and tie that one up. And those are 3,000 liters each. See how these things look. Seed, fertilizer, lime, herbicide, and fertilizer. Now, if we go to the miscellaneous section, we're going to find the Lizard 1300 XL and the Lizard Tool X 1500 are part of the bag and lifter pack. This is pretty cool because it has 3-point hitch that you connect this to the tractor, and then it has a 3-point hitch here. You can connect this to a seeder or a fertilizer spreader. Got an arm, and this arm telescopes out. We can or yellow. Original lizard black. I'm going to go with the original lizard black. I think $13,200 if we get it colored. Then we have the lizard X 1500. It's basically just a cross brace that attaches to the hook. No color options on that, and that is $600. That pretty slick there. Now let's just go ahead and get a couple other things just to demonstrate this. Let's get the InGame Fertilizer. And let's get a seeder. This one here, 3-point hitch, a little 3-point hitch seeder. And we're probably going to need to get, oops, sorry about that. Always hitting the wrong buttons. Probably going to want to get something a little bit bigger as far as the tractor goes before we end up tipping that fence over. Let's see how this all works. First, let's back up. This. Let's wheel around and hook up to our fertilizer spreader. So now, I mean, that's how we could basically use this product. Okay. Now let's basically see how this thing works. Alright, so the best way to make this work is to first lower the whole deal down to the ground. Okay. Back here to our fertilizer, which should be the second bag. Okay. And now, if we take a look at the F1 menu, we have a left mouse button, and then if we go up or down and raise the arm, up or down, got a pretty slow and smooth overall movement. And then a right mouse button and up and down. If I roll down, I'll extend the arm, and left mouse button up will lower the arm. But back up to this, you see I get a connect. If I hit Q, then it basically latches in on there. Now, take a look at this. I think this is a really cool detail. You lift the bag up. Look, the sack stretches. Really. And now at this point, we can toggle over to the fertilizer spreader. Oops. And we can hit N to open it. We can keep raising it up until we are filling it. That bag shake there in the sun. Not the sun, but basically in the sky. Wind, I should say. Close that up. Lift it up. Lower our arm down. Basically retract our arm this way. Okay. And now we're ready to go off and do our fertilizing. Pretty cool. You can do the same thing with the seeder there. You could hook the seeder up to this. Go back there, hook up to the seed bag, and basically haul off, drive off, carrying the seed bag and the seeder if we wanted to. Go ahead and drop that. Now let's take a look at this X option, cross brace. going to do is we're going to extend down here, lower it. Got to get to the interesting. We've got to basically get to where the hook would actually work. When we were around the other direction, we were not on the hook quite properly. Pretty cool that we got to be somewhat realistic with how we are positioned with the hook. Bag lifter up. Lower this. And then toggle over to the back. Okay. Hit L. Fasten our safety belts. Now we've got basically our pallet of fertilizer. Oops, we're too close here. There we go. That's a little lesson there. You can't be too terrible close to another pallet, or the straps are going to basically grab that other pallet also. There we go. Now we have a pallet of liquid fertilizer that we could either carry with us. Yeah, if we wanted to, we could transport it this way. Suggest we have a front weight, but anyway, we could transport it this way. Or we could basically use this to fill a fertilizer tank. Fertilizer sprayer. We could fill it with, you know, one of the rear. I don't think we could clear a rear 3-point hitch one. But at any rate, this is a pretty cool mod. That is the bag and lifter pack by Not Ready. And it is for all platforms, PC and console. Go ahead and put this over here. It's down, and let's just go ahead. Get set up for the next one. To move these things out of the way first. Next mod, we have our two mods that are usable together. That is the New Holland Verifeed 18 and the New Holland TC5.90 Harvester. Both are Giants mods, and both are for all platforms. So we've got Harvesters. Scroll over here to the TC5.90. $150,000, has a seat capacity of 6,400 liters and 259 horsepower. They have a top speed of 12 miles per hour, so it is not going to win any races here. So let's take a look and see where this fits in the overall product lineup. So we've got the Nova 330 at 4,500 liters and the Activa, Massey Ferguson Activa 7347S at 8,600 liters. This one positions itself right there in between the two, and it is also right there in between the two in price. Nova also being at 13 or 12 miles an hour, and the Massey Ferguson at 18. We'll point out something interesting to everybody. So we see here, if all of these basically have a fuel capacity, with the exception of the New Holland. This doesn't have a fuel capacity. No options on this thing. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Now, I want to show you something that's interesting that I think is a bit of an error. This thing. Surprised it got out of testing the way it did. Go take a look at headers. So we have the TX32 header. Is for the New Holland TX32. It's 4 meters and $32,000. We have the Verifeed 18 foot, which is 5.5 meters at $35,000. It has a working speed of 6 miles per hour. And let's take a look. I don't actually know, so we're going to take a look, see. Does this include a header trailer? No, it does not. You have to use the 124. Have to see, maybe it'll fit on the TX32 header trailer. Here they are. Now, if we go in here, take a look at the HUD. There's no fuel indicator. What's up with that? This has been mentioned on a fair number of mod videos, I think, that have been talking about this harvester. Is where is the fuel tank? Why is there no fuel indicator? You have our animated head, cutter bar, and everything, which is pretty neat. Overall, it looks very nice. But where is the fuel tank? Where is the fuel capacity? Not really sure. Don't really know how or why this made it out of QA testing without having a fuel gauge there. You know, some folks that have looked at this particular mod and looked at the XML. All the components seem to be there, but they're not mapped properly, I think is what they're telling me. Let's go ahead and get reset for next mod. And that is a couple pairs of weights. So we're going to go ahead and lump 2 different weights together in one quick video. So the AGCO 2800 kilogram weight by Haran Modding and PJ, AHRAN Modding and PJ, is 2,800 kilograms. You have a choice of color and a choice of manufacturer between Fendt and Challenger. This particular mod is for all platforms. Weights. AGCO 2,800 kilogram. Change it to Challenger yellow if you wish, and change it to Challenger there. Then we've got the AGCO NG1100 for $1,000. Front weight. Standard or stick. Stick, we can kind of put a little warning thing there. And again, we can get that in all kinds of colors. I believe this one also has a functional front hitch. Let me check the description. And this AGCO NG1100 is by STV Modding. And indeed, it does have a working front hitch. We're going to go ahead and get this, and we're going to check out that front hitch and just see basically what type of trailer that hooks up to. It's conveniently here we've got ball hitch and a trailer hitch right here. Ring hitch. And we'll see if this hooks up to both or just one. There. Get our Voltra. Stick on the Voltra just barely shows through. Let's try the ring hitch first. See if we can hook up to that. Should be able to hook up to anything that has the ring hitch. And let's try the ball joint. Yeah, we can hook up to that one too. Wouldn't think that we could necessarily hook up to that one, but apparently we can. Looking for a weight that has a front hitch. Go the Agco NG 1100 kilogram weight. Color selectable. Then we've got, as I said, we've got the Fent and Challenger front weight, 2,800 kilograms on this one. This one is a big boy. There. Oh my gosh, guys, I feel so bad. Back in the bag and lifter mod, I went and forgot completely about this. I don't know how I could, because this, I think, is an absolute gem of a product. That is the bag lifter. Let's take a look at that here in the shop. Go to tools, go to telehandlers. See, we have the Lizard bag mount, $2,600. This works is you basically hook this up to a telehandler, and you can put a bag on each of these. Got a little ring here to keep the bag from falling out. If you're good, you could probably put a couple bags on there. Basically just take a look-see real quick and see if there's some other attachments. Doesn't look like there is. Like if you want to use the bag lifter, you're going to need a telehandler. And we're going to use a telehandler for the very next video anyway. Let's go ahead and get... And I'll show you how this bag lifter works. I feel terrible that I went and forgot all about the bag lifter. There was one of these over at FS UK, Abbott bag lifter. It was for Farm Sim 17. It was for PC only, and this thing was pretty awesome. Now the bag lifter for Farm Sim 17, it worked on front loaders and I think front loaders only, or maybe it was front loaders and telehandlers. Maybe it had different options. I remember using it on a front loader. Works is you just slide on in there and you just tilt it up. Strap on the bag still stretches and everything. There you go. Depending on how much weight you got in the back of your telehandler, you could probably pull a couple of these around. I've got the lime bag here, and the lime bag is heavy. Drop it off, you just lower it. There you go. So that is the bag lifter from the bag and lift pack. And now we got the Outtech M44 SR bale forks. They are by Nico Pix, N-I-C-O-P-I-X's, P-I-X, S. Pretty cool. They've got the retractable and they've got a bale grab. Select on these. See, we hit X to fold bale spike. That will raise the lower spikes. Not going to impale anybody. Then we right click and scroll the mouse to the left or right, and we can retract or extend top bale grab. That's kind of in the safe store and transport position there where we're not going to impale anybody. I went ahead and got 4 bales because I wanted to see if this thing could handle 4 bales or just 3. By the positioning of that top grab, I'm thinking it may just be 3. Go ahead and lower that down. Spike in. Bottom. Spike into the top. Oh. Looks like the bale spikes that we looked at last week. This one can also transport 4 bales. I don't know how well it would be at transporting round bales, but it seems to transport square bales quite nice. Also, just like that other mod, when you pick the bales up, like the bottom 3 kind of settle a little bit, and the top one is kind of held on by that top grab. Here we go. Take a look at its shop, and it's under tools and telehandlers. Altec bale fork, $1,100. Store kind of has it zoomed in pretty good. Pretty basic. Don't have any options, color selection or anything, but it works like a dream. And it's got folding legs that come down so it stands up. Pretty cool deal. Speaking of wheel loaders, next mod I want to show you guys is a Stoll Super wheel loader arms. And for that, we're going to need to swap out our tractor for a different one with a wheel loader. And these forks are designed for small tractors any rate. So let's go ahead and let's pick the Fendt Vario 300 and let's get front loader mounts on that. And if we go to tools and front loaders, scroll all the way over here, got the Stoll Super 1 for $3,000. Compare that to the FZ30 at $5,400. This is a steal of a deal. It's in the same sub 90 horsepower category. Has all kinds of hydraulic lines running to it. Resting markers. Have color choice. Get Fendt green if we wanted. Standard with close stoppers. See, puts covers over these holes. What? Go ahead and lease that up. And let's get something we can take a look at it hooked up. Got hydraulic hookups. Kinda. Not really. Just hanging there. Maybe that I just don't have hydraulic hookups for this particular tractor. Take a look in the shop. See, so if we got this one, let's go ahead and get the Fendt Favorite 511. And let's disconnect from this one. Came out of the way. And there we go. We got a little bit more realistic looking. Not really. Not really sure which tractor this is supposed to match up with. It shows it with a Massey Ferguson, but it doesn't really show the hoses hooked up to that. Does have some pretty cool operations. Hoses flexing and moving. Again, this is for all platforms, PC and console. Want a low cost front loader option for arms. Got it here with the Stoll Super 1. And now, the moment I've been waiting for the whole video so far is to take a look at these Challengers, the snake-skinned options. So we go to vehicles and large tractors. Scroll over here. We have the Challenger MT700E Series Field Viper, $319,000. MT700 Series, $387,000. So this one is a bit cheaper. 384 horsepower, 380 horsepower. It's interesting, the stats are a little bit different on this thing. Look at this thing in the shop, and my gosh, that is one something else. The other one, that is the MT800 Series E, MT800E Series Field Python. Both of these are Giants mods, and of course, both of them are available on both platforms. And that one is, oh my gosh, if I didn't think it could get any worse, but man, that is quite an interesting deal. Standard are 3 meters on this one. Oh, that is interesting. I don't know if I want to be farming in the middle of the night and have this thing come upon me. But other than the skin, these are pretty much the same. I mean, the stats were a little bit different, which is kind of interesting. But hey, I'm sure there's somebody that's going to actually love this and make use of it. But boy, that's kind of... that's special there. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on. Krone ZX 430 GT. This is a loading wagon, and it is by Julie, Juli 7250 and PJ. And we go over here to loading wagons. Going over here to the Krone ZX 430 GD. It is $119,000. Has a storage capacity of 43,000 liters. So let's take a look and see where that falls in the lineup. Right here between the Fendt and the Krone ZX 560 GD, which is $56,000, and the Fendt Tigro XR75D, which is $42,000. $124,000 for $42,000 worth of capacity. Whereas this Krone ZX 430 is 43,000 liters and is only $119,000. Particular trailer will hold chaff, grass, straw, hay, and silage. Speed of 12 miles per hour. And we've got a few options here. We've got Treadleberg tires, standard, wide. We have Michelin standard and wide. And then we have a cover. Krone, a fabric cover. Or not. Piece this up. And what the hey, let's go ahead and use this Python tractor. Connect to it and check it out. Really nice texture here on the cloth. Hit in to open the cover. feels cloth. Texture there, really cool. Of course, if you're loading it, may or may not have the cover closed. Those hookups there. Got an animated pickup. PTO shaft is shaking. Pretty cool deal. Now we've got just a few more vehicles and implements to take a look at before we move over to the next category, which is the placeables. So next up we have the AgroMaz POH3/4. Are two different plows. One is a 2-meter plow and one is a 1.5-meter plow, and they are by the modder Hurps, Hurps, and these are for both platforms, PC and console. Go to Tools and go to Plows. We have the POH3 and the POH4. 3 is the 1.5-meter plow. We have 3 old boards there, and we can universal or the slatted. This particular plow is also reversible and has a base price of $8,400 or $10,004. We have the AgroMaz POH4 4-bottom plow, and again working width of 2 meters and has the option of universal or slatted, and is also a reversible plow. Lots of nice detail. I like the different colorings here. Got the red on the metal. We've got the green on the cylinders. Green on the jacks or the plow stand there. Green on the bottom part of the plows. And on the top. The slanted and the universal. These bolts, heavy duty. It just feels and looks heavily built. Let's hook this up and just see if we've got the hydraulic hookups. Looks like we might. The way the hoses are there. Oh no! What happened there? That was pretty funny. At any rate. Yep. You have hose hookups. Pretty cool indeed. Hit X to fold the plow or unfold it. And go. Typically it's B to rotate the plow. It is indeed B. It's not. See it listed there until after I hit it, but at any rate, got the AgroMaz POH3 and the POH4. Guys, let's go ahead and put this over here. It's going to be here in the beat technology. Got the Terados 4-30. We've got the Terados T4-40, $495,000. This one is a mere $435,000. Take yourself $50,000 off of the price there, but that is a pretty penny still to pay. Holds 30,000 liters and is 626 horse. Shop is a smaller variant of the Terados T-440. Michelin tires, standard. Rotorbird tires, standard. Those are only two options. Got the heat technology. And we're going to be using the standard Homer HR12 header on this. It does not include a separate header. Let's that one up. We have four-wheel steer. Change that to left control Y. We can change that to turn steering, which is just the front wheels, or not the front wheels, but it basically now articulates. Grab steering left. Grab steering right. And all-wheel steering, but it doesn't articulate. Thing. Some moving parts. Basically, you can just see this as the smaller brother to the TC 4.40. This did make its way in to Farm Sim 17, and now has made its way over here. Sim 19, and now we are ready to swing on over and start talking about placeables. Let's talk about placeables now. First placeable I want to talk about is the Pond Water Store. And this mod, when it came out on Monday, completely took me off guard. I was not expecting to see this thing because on last weekend, I had found and recorded a video using the LS Mod Company water trigger mod. Basically, that included 4 water triggers. It ranged in size from 10 by 10 meters to 25 by 25, 50 by 50, and 100 by 100 meters. With the last two mods, there, the 50 and the 100 meter size, is basically having a water trigger in them. And then this Pond Water Store shows up in in-game mod hub for all platforms. So basically, I was originally going to schedule that waterplane mod to come out on Wednesday of this week, but when this one showed up, I kind of shuffled my schedule around and put this one out pretty quick for the LS Mod Company waterplane, because I'm a little worried that even though I had obviously recorded this earlier, if I released it after this waterplane store mod had been out for a while, I was just going to get a ton of comments going, why are you doing a video on that? Because we already have one. And the reality was, well, we didn't have one when I done the video. So let's take a look at this in the shop. This mod is by Dorset. Go to placeables. Miscellaneous, we've got the water station, $500. And you can see the circle there. That is basically where the pond will show up. Okay. So there is included a video basically with the mod that basically shows you how to use this. What we're going to do is we're going to go to landscaping mode, and I'm going to basically make this thing bigger, and I want to basically smooth down this whole area. sure I'm not going to be able to do it as good as they did here. Escaping. Make this thing a little bit smaller, and we're going to lower. So we're going. All right, there we go. So we got ourselves a hole. Placeables, miscellaneous, water station, and we can put it in here. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to be able to put it in nearly as good as the video shows because, quite honestly, I don't have that artistic touch. I don't have that creative flair. And the video where they showed they placed it, it's relatively flat. This area up here where I'm using is nothing but flat. I mean, it is not flat at all. Anyway, there's the gist of it. Now, this mod does include some like lily pads and other stuff. I was trying to quickly place it. I went and placed that here inside of the landscape. I could basically fix that. Coming in here. Lowering this. Or the pond. Fix the whole deal, etc. But you all have obviously probably already seen videos on this topic. To it. It's terrible. Falling through. Interesting enough, comparing these two, this one I can fall through the water plane. The LS Mod Company one, I couldn't do that. I basically had a collision on the water plane such that I wasn't going to be able to fall through. Now, this mod does have a water trigger in it, so we can, should we wish, fill our water trailer there also. Again, as I said, the mod is by Dorset and is for all platforms. You look, we've got the Easy Shed pack with light. Placeables, and we go to sheds. We have the Easy Shed, Shed 1, 2, and 3, and then we've got the modded versions, Easy Shed 1 with light, 2 with light, and 3. The difference on these is to have lights now associated with them. Down here. Drive over here quickly and just take a quick look at them. They are by Halloween Zombie and are also for PC and console platforms. Way to go, Halloween Zombie. Why these things did not include lights to begin with, I don't know. There they are. I don't see a light switch on these, so these probably just come on automatically at night. See that they are basically the same price as the non-lit versions. So I would dare to ask you, why would you buy a non-lit version if these are going to basically be the same price? In essence, this mod replaces the in-game easy sheds, as far as I'm concerned. Now, we've got a really great and ingenious mod. We've got two of these coming up here. We've got the placeable deck chair for sleeping. It is in the farmhouse category, and it is a whopping $149. It's available for both platforms. And if you want to save on space, well, there you go. There's not a lot going on here. Oh, it is. Can't move it, but we have the sleep trigger. We're not tired because it's only 11 a.m. Looking for a small place to set up farm, and you want to be able to take a sleep, but you don't have a lot of money, then this thing is right up your alley. It is by FS19 Agri Service. Is the desk chair for sleeping. Now, along the same lines, we have also a farmhouse trailer house mod. Again, it is under placeables and farmhouses, and we have a trailer, farm trailer. One item allowed per farm. We're going to have to go here to the garage. Get rid of the desk chair, deck chair, and put down our trailer here. $36,000. And I've seen this trailer before. I actually did a mod review on this trailer. Just released it the other day when this mod was released. This mod is by Mr. Mazzoni. And Mr. Mazzoni is a friend of mine. Somebody I know from Farm Sim 17. And he shipped this mod over to me early in December for me to take a look at, comment, and everything. And I thought it was a great idea. You know, we had been batting around ever since the start of Farm Sim 19 about basically having cheaper farmhouses. And at that time, the farmhouse price was a lot higher than it is now. Right now, it's only $180,000. Farm Sim 19 first came out, if you remember, it was like $350,000 for a farmhouse. It was something outrageous. They've now lowered it because I think they realized how outrageously priced farmhouse was. And we slowly started seeing mods come out or on the mod sites. That included cheap farmhouses. Really cool tent mod over at PCSG. $500 gave you a farmhouse. And then this one showed up basically in Discord for me to take a look at. And he had said he submitted it to Giants way back in early December. And it only took 6 weeks to finally realize itself here. But we've got all kinds of cool decoration all around the side. I've seen this particular trailer equipped as a farmhouse on some of the mod sites. This is not the same mod. He didn't rip this idea off from anybody. He had this idea before those mods even showed up. Quite frankly, it's a pretty quick train of thought to go from super expensive farmhouse to needing a cheap farmhouse, and seeing this trailer on Ravenport, exporting this object and basically making it a farmhouse. But he's gone the extra step and added decoration around here. It's not just simply a trailer with a deck. We've got, you know, a bed, a bucket, trash cans. We got a shovel, ladder. We've got weed whacker here, a trimmer, boots, 4 chairs. It would have been cool if that deck chair mod were these chairs. That would have been funny. This plastic table, grill, around back we got a, well, quite frankly, this thing needs to be taken out and burnt. Got a pretty nasty looking mattress back here. And then we've got, a little late for the Christmas season, got yet another placeable mod. This one is the placeable Christmas tree by Dogface. Go to placeables and decoration. Put ourselves down a Christmas tree. Lights up. Boy, does she light up. And this is during the daytime. Imagine how bright this thing is going to look here at night. We do have a little bit of Christmas music playing when we come up here close. I've got the game audio down pretty low so you don't really hear it. This would have been great to have out for Christmas, guys. Come on, Giants. What's up with this? I'm pretty confident that this thing was submitted plenty of time to get released to us for Christmas. And according to the description, this one has a little bit of a trick. It says that you can cut this tree down. So you must click on the trunk. Go on up here and cut the tree down. So Christmas is over. Well, we just cut her down. The lights go away. Oh. No. Really odd. Try putting another one down. Seeing what it does. Click on the this tree can be cut or sold. To sell you must click on the trunk. I am clicking on the click on this, nothing happens. And if I click on the trunk here, nothing happens. So I'm not really sure what the deal with that is. If you guys know, I'd be interested in finding out. But what I like about it is you can just place it, cut her down, grind the stump down, sell the tree, and basically be done with Christmas. You don't have to go in here to the garage, find it. Maybe that's what he means. To sell it, you have to click on the trunk. Alright guys, and that is the wrap for our placeable section. Now, I'm going to have an interesting time trying to demonstrate some of these script mods to you guys. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is the no crosshair. Well, you see this little round circle here in the center of my view? Okay? Basically, this mod gets rid of that, and that's all it does. Just gets rid of that little round circle. Okay? So I've got it. Obviously, I got that mod deactivated right now. So I'm going to leave this farmhouse here. And we're going to basically go in and activate some of these script mods, including the no crosshair. And when we come back, we're going to see the little circle in the middle is now gone. See that? There's the circle. Come back, that'll be missing. Hey guys, we're back. Activated no crosshair. You'll notice circle's missing. That's all this mod does. Pretty cool. I mean, it's simple, serves its purpose. It's ridiculously small at 12 kilobits. It is for PC and Mac only. This is not for console. And this mod is by another person I know named Kerbo. Way to go, Kerbo, and getting your first mod posted to the Mod Hub. One of many more to come. May they all be so easy and so useful. So the next mod we're going to take a look at is Air Speed. Not a big fan of this mod, so I don't use it, but I know there's plenty of people that do. Basically, we can increase our walking and running speed. Right now we are on standard speed, as you can see. If we hit the B key, go to 3 times speed. Now I'm walking, but it looks like I'm running. And if I'm running, now I'm obviously running faster. Okay. We hit B again. 8 times speed. This is me walking. This is me running. 8 times speed. We are just booking it around, aren't we? Hit B again, and we are at 15 times speed. So this is 15x walking. And this is 15x running. Really gonna fly across the map, right? And 20x. Holy cow. 20x walking. And then 20x running. Flying across the map. And this is one reason why I don't like player speed. So you start running into things. Press V, we can decrease our player speed. Oops. 15. 15. 8. 3. And back to standard. Is player speed? Pretty easy, pretty simple. It is by TurboStar and LS Mod Company. Again, it is super small, coming in at 14 kilobits, and is once again PC only. As is pretty much all of these scripts. Are going to be PC. We've got Disable Camera Collision. And this is a mod that I basically have been using for quite a while. I was able to easily get the 17 version of Disable Camera Collision working in 19. And now we've got the official Giants release of Disable Camera Collision. Now this mod is for all platforms. Because, interesting enough, this mod simply is a... seems to activate an in-game function. Okay, but what it does is it allows us to basically do this. Okay? If we didn't have this Disable Camera Collision mod, we wouldn't be able to do things like this, like see through walls, zoom through things. I really like it because without it, if you drive over a trigger, for some reason the camera likes to grab the trigger and zoom in on it. Drive by trees, it likes to grab those and zoom in on the tractor. This mod basically makes it so it's nice and smooth. We come in here, this thing would zoom in like suddenly, so that we were now under the roof. And then when we got out from under the roof, it would zoom back out real fast. What this mod does is it allows us to basically do this. Now we can't see ourselves, and now we can. If you haven't tried this mod, go ahead and give it a try. Especially if you get a little annoyed at the camera zoom. Okay? Of course, it means sometimes you don't see what you're doing. But there you go. And it is by Giant Software. And this one is for all platforms. Now we've got, next up is Fast Night. Let's turn this down. Fast Night is a relatively interesting mod. And the way this thing works is it lets you set the clock speed to 2 different settings. It lets you set the clock speed to a day setting and a night setting. The way this works is you do left shift 0, shift O, left shift the number 0 but not the number pad 0. Top rows 1 through 9 at the top, not a number pad. And it brings up the Fast Night setting. What you can do is you can say starting at 6 a.m. day mode starts. Start 6:30 if you wanted to. Okay? And set it to 3 times speed. Auto day time scaling is on. It enables or disables the auto day scaling. And then we have start night mode. We can start night mode whenever we want. let's see here. It is 11:24, so I'm going to go left shift 0. And for demonstration purposes, I'm going to say nighttime starts at 11:30, and we're going to scale nighttime mode to 300x. We're going to auto night time scaling is on, and show a key assignment is on. What we're going to do is we're going to change this to day mode is going to start at 1 p.m. 1300 hours. Okay. That way at 11:30 we're going to jump to 300x speed, pretending it's nighttime, and then at 1 p.m. we're going to go back to day speed of 3x. Okay. Hit OK. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust time just a little bit so that we can get closer to that 11:30 mark without going to it. Roll back. Some other information about this mod is, in addition to setting it in the GUI, you can go left shift 7 or left shift 8. Left shift 7 will fast night, increase the time scale. Left shift 8 will decrease the time scale. This mod is by APUEHRI. Not really sure how to pronounce that. Apuri maybe. Is a very small 21 kilobits and is for PC and Mac only. Alright, so it is now 11:30. Now moving forward at 300x. We will continue to move forward at 300x until 1 p.m., at which time the clock will stop fast forwarding at 300 and go to 3. Right there. Now we're playing at 3x speed. So this is pretty handy. You could set this up to do whatever you really wanted. You don't have to have it set to do it at nighttime. But you could basically say, you know, if you're pretty much going to farm until 9 p.m. and at 9 p.m. you want to fast forward until 4 a.m., then you could configure 4 a.m. to be the morning time. Like that you can set this to time speeds other than 1, 5, 10, or 1, 5, 15, 30, and 120. So let's go in here and take a look at the various time scales that we can pick. We can go 1x, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10x, 11, 15x in single increments. We go to 20x, 25x, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, and then we're back to. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool and interesting mod. Last mod we're going to take a look at is a player action camera mod. This works is, it says the mod allows you to move and modify the field of view of the player camera by mouse. Use the middle mouse button to control the player height. Use the middle mouse button while holding the right mouse button to control the field of view. In order to reset, press the middle mouse button once. Take a look at this. So let's go into the store and let's sell this. Sell this because that's annoying. Thought we sold that. Okay. So if we scroll wheel, we can basically make ourselves taller. Now we're not really flying. Okay. I can still run into stuff, like I ran into that pole. Running now, you know, through. Technically, I'm running through the building, but I'm running over it. I go over here and I can run into this wall. Okay. I can kind of slowly make my way up. It's kind of like the poor man's fly mode, if you will. But then to lower, you got to really scroll Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay. Now, if we hold the right mouse button and scroll, we can change the point of view. Zoom way out. Fisheye level. It says to reset. Press the middle mouse button once. Set back. Here. Let's go ahead and jump in the tractor and see if it works in the tractor. Right mouse button and scroll wheel. Hold the right mouse button. Scroll. Yeah, that's not changing our camera field of view inside the tractor. Obviously, you can't raise our height inside the tractor. This only seems to work outside of the tractor. Go to view. Center mouse button. Oh. Also, apparently use it to lower ourselves. Yeah. Not quite reset our field of view. Click in the middle mouse button. And it doesn't seem to be setting my field the way I would expect it to. Bit weirded out there. But anyway, that is the player action camera. Now we're going to go ahead and pause right here. I'm going to move over to the Estancia Lapacho map because we've got one mod that is basically specific to Estancia Lapacho, and the way it works is it basically changes the dirt. Okay, changes the dirt color in the Estancia Lapacho map. Right back with you guys. So here we are, guys. We are on the Estancia Lapacho map, or South American map, for lack of the ability to pronounce it properly. And I've got a Massey Ferguson here. We're actually using the game save that I use to do a lot of how-to videos on animals and such. And you can see the dirt. It's kind of brown. Not like the dirt here on map as the ground. I basically have the mod disabled at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the game, activate this mod, come back in, and we're going to try to get the same angle here on this tractor going forward. Be right back. And we're back. I've activated the vehicle dirt extension mod by Saty Mods, S-A-T-Y Mods. This mod is for PC only, PC and Mac. And if you can see, the dirt is now darker red. Dirt is now more of a red color, or match the ground color on the South American map. So it's a pretty simple little mod. I mean, it's really only intended purpose is to make the dirt same general shade and color as the ground here on the map. But if you're playing on the map and you get a little bent out of shape that the dirt on the tractor is the wrong color, well, here you go. This map, this mod is for you. So guys, that concludes this week's weekend roundup. I can tell you there are a ton of mods out here this week, a total of 30 if we also include the prefab mods. You're down, and Giants are down to 150 mods in the queue. Will we be able to see, will they get caught up by the end of January? Well, at this rate, probably in about 2 weeks, they'll be caught up as long as they can continue to hammer out the number of mods that they've been hammering out through the program. And let's hope that they don't let more mods show up like their very own TC 5.90 with clear issues. Now, it might functionally work, but it doesn't really work within the auspices of the game in that you have fuel usage. But when you don't have any fuel in the implement to begin with, you basically don't have any fuel usage. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this week's mod roundup. And until next time, happy farming.